All right, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Duplays here. GTA 6 pre-orders, realistic expectations. Let's get into it.
Pre-orders could be next. And in my last video, I broke down exactly what the back-end update meant from a technical standpoint, so I'm not going to repeat all that. But since then, the tone shifted a bit. And
All right, just a quick prelude to what he said. PlayStation, apparently the game ID for Grand Theft Auto 6 is actually on the PlayStation Store now, so that's further confirmation that things are really progressing to the end game. Because first we had Rockstar talk about marketing, then they confirm it won't be delayed again. Now we're getting PlayStation IDs, meaning every game that's ever released digitally or even physically has an ID attached to the game. So that's obviously evidence of the fact that this game is really locked in for November. I was gonna say something else. Oh, and also I've been seeing a lot of news on Google about pre-orders. Hence why I clicked on this video to react.
Explain what happened. I'm just going to talk about when I'm expecting pre-orders to actually begin. So last time the focus was just on understanding what the title ID update actually was and why that back-end movement matters. And that part's important because it gave us context and it explained why these shifts aren't necessarily meaningless. But what's happened since then is the speculation has moved ahead of the evidence, basically. So the update showed preparation, but what it didn't show is any type of actual activation or anything like that. And I think these are two different stages. So even though people tend to blur them together, so PlayStation preparing its store infrastructure is one side of that, but Rockstar moving into commercial mode and to start wanting to promote the game is a completely different story. So right now we've seen movement on the platform side, but we haven't seen Rockstar properly shift gears publicly. There's no pricing, no edition breakdowns, and definitely nothing.
Oh, as he mentions pricing, I saw a leak. Two websites mentioned that the game might be $124. That wouldn't surprise me, and it's GTA, so it's worth it. That might be for some deluxe edition with online or whatever, maybe some collector's edition version of the game. But I'm gonna pay it because I paid $110 for Sparking Zero Ultimate, and we see how the Ultimate Edition of Sparking Zero. We see how that turned out. But it seems as if Bandai Namco is really locking back in. Well, it would be Bandai Namco and what's the dev name again for Sparking Zero? Oh, Chunsoft, Spike Chunsoft, yeah. So they're locking back in because they did confirm DLC for this summer.
This with Rockstar's readiness to actually start giving us information, and just because everything's starting to fall into place in the back end doesn't necessarily mean that something's imminent. And pre-orders aren't just the store page going live. It's going to mark the shift in Rockstar's whole strategy. And the moment the pre-orders open, Rockstar moves from controlled reveals into full-on commercial commitment, and the pricing becomes public and we get all the additions and all that information. And obviously retailers are going to begin coordinating properly, and the marketing's going to completely change tone, and it's going to be a drastic change for what I'm expecting. And it's no longer going to be about building hype. It's going to be about converting that hype into actual sales and delivering on it. And Rockstar doesn't casually make that shift. They structure the rollouts carefully, they build them in layers, and we get clarity as we get closer to the moment. And I think if they open pre-orders too early, it just creates more pressure and it forces more information to have to be dropped sooner. And I think it raises expectations around everything, the gameplay, the features, the additions, and the release specifics. I think historically, Rockstar just avoids that pressure until they're ready. And they definitely operate very deliberately because they can afford to. They've got the demand already there waiting, so they don't need to rush the commercial phase to generate any interest. If you look back at GTA 5 and Red Dead 2, it was pretty much the same.
Right.
Rockstar always move in the same way. They build up first, and then we start to get bits more information, more detail, more understanding of what we're actually going to get. We get a lot more clarity, and then Rockstar will commit. And once obviously Rockstar do commit, that's when the commercial phase begins. But they definitely tend to operate in structured waves. First we get the announcements, then we get the expansion on that, and then it leads into the commitment, and each phase just builds on the previous one rather than skipping steps. But right now, GTA 6 just still feels like it's in the expansion phase. We've seen the tone, we've seen the setting, and we've seen the direction, but we haven't seen the deeper breakdown that you...
You know, Vice City looks so pretty with the what do you call it? The definitive edition. I actually have it on
usually
my
comes
Steam
when we
Deck.
start to see the
I haven't
commercial
played it
push.
yet though. I've
But
only
historically,
tested San
pre-orders
Andreas, but it looks so
align
good.
deeper with the reveal moment, not before it. So if we're thinking logically and we're looking towards trailer 3, I think that's going to be the natural pivot. And the first trailer introduced the world, the second one expanded it. So the third one, I think we're going to see things get a lot more defined. Not a full mechanical breakdown, but we're going to get clearer structure, clearer look at the systems, and a stronger sense of what the experience is actually going to be like, which I can't wait for.
Yeah.
Getting this clarity is going to change our perception, and it's going to shift the conversation from just excitement and hype to an actual full understanding. And that's when asking people to commit would make more sense. And opening pre-orders before trailer 3, before giving us that additional layer, for me would feel a bit.
I'll probably pre-order it like the week before it drops, or maybe I'll do that in October. I should have a PS5 by then. One thing I will say though is that Rockstar must be going so crazy with online right now. I imagine they're gonna make that available probably not 1 month after GTA 6 story mode drops, because if I remember correctly on one video, Rockstar didn't expect GTA Online to be as successful as it is, and that's their main moneymaker for the past 12 years. Well, the better part of 12 years, because obviously GTA 5 story mode on its own did pretty good. But the longevity of it has been online. So now that Rockstar sees how profitable it has been for them, I think they're going to release it even earlier. They might even drop GTA 6 online in 2 weeks, or maybe it will be a month, because maybe they have a lot of stuff to get in place infrastructurally with servers and player counts and optimizations and all these technical things.
And for Rockstar, they don't operate on those spikes of hype. They just keep everything controlled. And when they open pre-orders, I think it's going to feel aligned with the broader marketing shift rather than just reacting to speculation. So with November 19th, 2026 confirmed, it does become a bit easier to predict the timeline. So Take-Two have already said marketing begins in summer, so it wouldn't make sense for Rockstar to open pre-orders properly before that phase starts. So when they're going to start asking people to commit, I think that's going to line up with the bigger momentum rollout.
Summer isn't that far away, bro. It's been a few days. Today's what, the 3rd day of March? Summer starts in what, May? What month does summer start in? I'm pretty sure it's May. I feel like for most people see it as June, but it's really May, I think. What month does summer start? Okay, it's really June. Alright, my bad. That's March, April, May. That's 3 months away, which is going to go by so quick, by the way.
I think this time they're going to sit at the end of something meaningful, literally trailer 3. And I think that's because that will give people enough confidence to commit. So if trailer 3 lands in the early summer, I think pre-orders alongside it would just feel completely natural. Now, very late May could still be possible, but only if trailer 3 lands there, not on its own. And not just because back-end systems are moving, it would need to be tied directly to a big reveal, in my opinion. And pre-orders don't lead the marketing shift, they will follow it. And until the trailer arrives...
This guy's accent is kind of hard to catch.
Pre-orders. So right now, what we're seeing is just preparation, and it does tell us things have been lined up behind the scenes, but it doesn't tell us everything's about to come crashing through. But when Rockstar does decide it's time, it's definitely not going to be quiet. And I don't think it's going to be something that will just be spotted in the back end of a PlayStation Store infrastructure. It's going to be obvious. We'll get the pricing all will become visible, the additions will be made clear, and everything will just align perfectly. And I think that's really going to happen alongside the next trailer. And I don't think Rockstar are quietly...
Yeah, the next trailer, I feel like the next trailer is going to show like weapon usage, driving cars, maybe a slight more cutscenes from the story. Obviously, they can't like give too much info. Maybe they might show some of the activities that we can do. We know pool, we know hunting, we know fishing, we know basketball is going to be there. We can see that from the screenshots on the website, but
You're going to
Yeah.
open pre-orders week.
As he said
show-
earlier in the
I
video,
think these
we're
two
definitely going to see more
moments
mechanics.
for GTA 6 are going to be connected, and I think that's going to be absolutely perfect. So I think the title ID update doesn't mean that the timeline is shifting. I think if anything,
I just realized that the car that the real dimes are standing on is an Audi. In fact, it looks like this. I think it's the Obey tailgate. That's Michael's car, if I remember correctly. Yeah, hold on. Or it's some variation of it.
so I think the title ID
Yeah,
update doesn't mean that the
it is.
timeline is shifting. I think if anything, it's just showing those early signs, and we're starting to get the ball rolling, and it just shows preparation is happening. But for the actual moment, the point where pre-orders go live, for me, that just sits logically at the end of GTA 6 trailer 3. Preparation now, then the trailer, and then pre-orders. That sounds perfect to me. So I think the real thing here isn't going to be the title ID update. It's going to be trailer 3, because whenever that lands, I think that's when things are genuinely going to change. And the title ID movement tells us something's been prepared in the background and that systems have been lined up. But it doesn't tell us when Rockstar's going to actually make their next move publicly. But I think trailer 3 is going to be the moment that everything's going to shift. And I think that's when we're going to get that increase in clarity. And we're not going to get the full gameplay breakdowns. I think that will come later. But I think we're going to get enough structure, and that Rockstar are going to give so much confidence
so dark.
when this next bit of information drops when it comes to the trailer. And then they're going to be asking people to commit financially, and that will just feel very natural at that point. And I think pricing then starts to make more sense. The addition breakdowns make more sense, and we'll get the massive retail coordination, because this is going to be a worldwide event. And pre-orders aren't going to
As expected, I would think premium editions would probably come with some shark cards or some monetary incentive to get your character started off financially in GTA Online. That's what I see it coming with. As well as they usually have collector's editions where, like GTA 5 for example, or any game really. Collector's edition usually comes with like cups and mugs and hats, that type of thing.
going to exist in isolation.
Yeah, something
It's
like
sit
this.
For me, at the end of this big moment, which will be trailer 3. So I think the real question here isn't what does the back end update mean? It's when's
Another quick interjection. I don't think many people, well, this is GTA, so I can't even say that. I think the majority of people are going to go digital. I'm going digital. I'm not buying it
I
physically.
think trailer 3 is still months away, which I personally believe. Then I think pre-orders are going to follow that months away as well. So the title update doesn't answer the question on its own. It only tells us that Rockstar are getting ready behind the scenes. And the timing for me is just fully dependent on the next trailer. So yeah, we're definitely moving forward. Preparation's happening. But it doesn't automatically mean that pre-orders are about to open tomorrow or even in the next few weeks. And the difference between getting ready and actually opening the doors is very huge. So with November 19th, 2026, the more realistic window for me is very, very late spring moving into early summer. And I think I'm being optimistic there because it could be middle or late summer. And more specifically, I think it's going to come alongside trailer 3 rather than ahead of it. And I think this is going to keep everything consistent and structured. And it keeps everything aligned with what Take-Two have already said about summer marketing. And it keeps your expectations grounded as well, which is another good way we have to be as GTA fans. So the back-end movement matters, but it's all about GTA 6 trailer 3. And until that lands, we're still in that preparation phase, not the commitment phase.
It feels like it was just yesterday when we got GTA 6 trailer 1. I couldn't believe it. It was like, because the last time I saw a GTA trailer for a new game, in fact, I've never seen trailers for any of the games except 5 and 6. The other games I just found out through Google or YouTube or just living my life. I was at my dad's workplace when I was like 11 or so. I think I was 12 at the time. I'm 24 now. And I work at that same place now, but I remember seeing the GTA 5 trailer on TV. And then fast forward 12 years later, now I'm seeing GTA 5, GTA 6's trailer. I remember when it dropped, 2023 December.
Thanks
And that's
for
how much
watching. I
that
hope
was.
you enjoyed the video.
Wow, that was over
If you
2
do
years
enjoy
ago.
it,
That's
make
crazy.
Sure to like and subscribe.
Anywho, back to the video.
Socials as well, X, TikTok, and Instagram.
Oh, that's it.
And on X, it's Rockstation on X. And I look forward to seeing you all in the comments. I'll see you for the next one.
All right, let's browse through the comments real quick. June, July with trailer 3, probably. In my opinion, pre-orders won't happen until trailer 3 happens in the summer. Yeah, definitely. In fact, I don't think it should happen before that. This is due because pre-orders will reveal certain incentives as per usual, bonus outfits, GTA money. I would think this is the top one. Not to mention also other editions of the game, which will likely reveal other key things, so I doubt they do pre-orders before their summer marketing begins. Since Rockstar already confirmed to us summer as the big wave of announcements, then all we can do is sit tight patiently. A couple months until we get there. I know the wait has been unbearable, LMAO, but we are so close now, guys. Roll on, June. Everything points towards trailer 3 in May. Pretty much every announcement related to 6 so far, good and bad, has happened just before or on the day of an earnings call. Yeah, I think it would be June. I don't think it's gonna happen before. I'll believe it when I see it. It's easy to talk on my videos. It's another thing to wait and not say anything, but that's just me. I mean, it's speculatory, bro. It's not that deep. Late July, early August. Oh, this guy has pricing edition. $90 standard, $100 deluxe, $125 ultimate. I'd pay $199 for the basic. Same, it's GTA 6, bro. I'm paying it. I've already paid that much for a game. Sparking Zero. I paid $110 for the ultimate edition. October 2024. And then you get it earlier because you paid for it earlier. Because you paid for the most expensive edition. Alright, yeah guys, so that was it. That was my reaction to GTA 6 pre-orders. Hope y'all enjoyed.